Sanchez, and I'm proud to welcome you all to episode 21 of Movie History, Walt Disney Animation Studios. I can't believe, guys, the first episode in more than 2 weeks. Now we're finally ready for another one for you today. Woo! I can't believe it, guys. It's finally happening, my friends. It's finally happening. The first one says Tuesday. And this is Tuesday 2 weeks ago. Yeah, more than 2 weeks ago, we did an episode of Movie History Walt Disney Animation Studios. Now, we're back ready to make another one, guys. So, be prepared for it, guys. We're about to enter the world of archery here on today's episode of Movie History Walt Disney Animation Studios. my bad. But anyway, without further ado, let's get started. So, yes, welcome to episode 21. Today is about Robin Hood. Oh my gosh, what you're about to see is going to be so amazing, I can't believe my eyes. And I am proud of it. Oh, sorry. And if you haven't seen episode 20, it was about the Aristocats, so go check it out right now. I'll leave that link for you on the top right corner of the screen. Go check out the video and watch it right now. For now, though, we must start this, shall we? Are you ready? Then let's begin. So, about the movie. Robin Hood is a 1973 American animated musical comedy film produced by Walt Disney Productions and released by Buena Vista Distribution. Produced and directed by Wolfgang Reitherman, is the 21st Disney animated feature film. The story follows the adventures of Robin Hood, Little John, and the inhabitants of Nottingham as they fight against the excessive taxation of Prince John, and Robin Hood wins the hand of Maid Marian. The film features the voices of Brian Bedford, Phil Harris, Peter Ustinov, Pat Buttram, Monica Evans, and Carol Shelley. The idea to adopt Robin Hood into an anime feature dated back to Walt Disney's interest in the tale of Reynard the Fox during his first full-length feature production, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, for 1937, which I already talked about on the very first ever episode of the series, so if you haven't seen yet, please go watch it right now. Yeah, I know. The idea was repeatedly shelved until writer and production designer Ken Anderson incorporated the ideas from it in a pitch of the Legend of Robin Hood, using anthropomorphic animals rather than people during the production of the Aristocats from 1970. Again, I already discussed this in the previous episodes, so please go watch it if you haven't seen yet. Robin Hood was released on November 8, 1973, to which it was initially received positively by film critics who praised the voice cast, animation, and humor, yet its critical reception became gradually mixed since its release. The film was a box office success. As we take a look at the movie stats here, directed by Wolfgang Reitherman, produced by Wolfgang Reitherman, story by Larry Clemens, Kay Anderson, Vance Gray, Frank Thomas, Eric Clamworth, Julius Svensson, and David Mitchener, based on The Legend of Robin Hood, starring Peter Ustinov, Phil Harris, Brian Bedford, Terry Thomas. Terry Thomas? With a hyphen between those words? Whatever, people. Roger Miller, Pat Buttram, George Lindsay, and Andy Devine. Or Devine, whatever you pronounce it. Okay. Music by George Bruns, edited by Tom Acosta and Jim Melton. Production company to Walt Disney Productions, distributed by Buena Vista Distribution. Release date November 8, 1973. Running times 83 minutes. Countries United States. Language is English. Budget $5 million and the box office $32 million. So yeah, that's all I gotta say as we take a look at the plot for the movie. The story is narrated by Alan Adale, who introduces Robin Hood and Little John, who live in Sherwood Forest, robbing from the rich and giving the poor townsfolk of Nottingham. Meanwhile, Prince John, the de facto king of England, sends his lead henchman, the sheriff of Nottingham, to catch the two, but he fails every time. Meanwhile, Prince John and his counselor, Sir Hiss, arrive in Nottingham. As Sir Hiss hypnotized Prince John's brother King Richard to go off on the Crusades, allowing Prince John to take the throne. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, the prince is greedy and immature, even sucking his thumb whenever his mother is mentioned. Robin and Little John rob Prince John by disguising themselves as fortune tellers, prompting the prince to put a bounty on their heads, and makes the sheriff his personal tax collector. Now you get it out. The sheriff taxes the inhabitants of Nottingham excessively. However, Robin gives back some money to a family of rabbits and gives a bow and arrow and his hat to the young rabbit Skippy for no birthday. Skippy and his friends test out the bow, but Skippy fires an arrow into the grounds of Mayberry's castle. Skippy sneaks inside, meeting Mayberry and her lady-in-waiting, Lady Cluck. Mayberry reveals she and Robin were childhood sweethearts, but they are not seeing one another for years. Friar Tuck, the local priest, visits Robin and Little John, explaining that Prince John is hosting an archery tournament, and the winner will receive a kiss from Mayberry. Robin agrees to participate in the tournament in disguise, whilst Little John arrives as the Duke of Chutney to get near Prince John. Oh my gosh. Sir Hiss discovers Robin's identity, but is trapped in a barrel of ale by Friar Tuck and Anna Adele. Robin wins the tournament, but Prince John exposes him and sentences him to death despite Mayberry's pleas. Little John threatens Prince John with a dagger, which leads to a fight between Robin, Little John, Mayberry, Lady Cluck, and Prince John's soldiers, and culminates in Robin and his allies escaping. No. In the forest, Robin and Mayberry share a romantic evening. They are surprised by his merry men, who throw a party and sing a song mocking Prince John, describing him as the phony King of England. Enraged by the song, Prince John triples the taxes, imprisoning most of the townsfolk who cannot pay their taxes. The sheriff visits Friar Tuck's church to steal from the poor blocks, which angers Friar Tuck. The latter attacks the sheriff and is arrested, and that's it. Prince John plans to hang Friar Tuck to lure Robin and kill him. Robin and Little John sneak into the castle, with Little John managing to free all the prisoners, whilst Robin steals Prince John's gold. But Sir Hiss awakens to find Robin fleeing. Chaos ensues as Robin and the others try to escape to Sherwood Forest. However, the sheriff corners Robin after he returns to rescue Skippy's younger sister, Tagalog. The two fight, accidentally setting fire to Prince John's castle and causing Robin to leap from a tower into the moat below. Little John and Skippy watch as the moat is pelted with arrows, and Robin is presumably shot and drowned, only to emerge unharmed. Prince John despairs and is driven into a blind rage when Sir Hiss points out his mother's castle is on fire. Later, King Richard returns to England, places his brother, Sir Hiss, and the sheriff under arrest and pardons Robin, allowing him and Mayberry to marry and leave Nottingham with Little John and Skippy in tow. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Alright, let's get to the voice cast here. Brian Bedford as Robin Hood, a gifted archer, trickster, and master of disguise who is devoted to helping the poor and downtrodden townspeople. He is portrayed as a fox. Phil Harris as Little John, Robin Hood's best friend, who thought not small at all, and is still called Little John. Portrayed as a bear, he is very similar to the Jungle Book's Baloo, and both characters are voiced by Phil Harris. Good. Roger Miller as Anna Adele, a rooster who serves as the narrator of the film. He is also seen playing a lute throughout the film. Yeah. Or should I say a flute? Yeah. Flute, not lute. Anyway. Eddie Devine as Friar Tuck, the town's folksy local priest who protects the villagers of Nottingham, even if it means clashing with the authorities. He is portrayed as a badger. Peter Ustinov as Prince John, arrogant, greedy, ruthless, cowardly lion who is the Prince Regent of England. He has the habit of sucking his thumb when someone mentions his mother. Ustinov also voiced Prince John in the German version of the film. So his voices are in English and German. No fair. Ustinov also voices King Richard, John's older brother and the rightful King of England, who returns for the Third Crusade at the end of the film and sentences his brother to work in the royal rock pile. Unlike John, Richard is depicted with a mane. No. Terry Thomas as Sirhis, Prince John's manipulative, prideful, and much abused advisor. Portrayed as a snake, he resembles the Jungle Book's Kaa, whose powers of hypnosis he also possesses. I know. Carol Shelley as Lady Cluck, a brassy Scottish hen who is the lady in waiting for May Marian. Pat Buttram as the Sheriff of Nottingham, a heartless and shifty wolf with a southern accent who enjoys collecting taxes on behalf of Prince John. George Lindsay and Ken Curtis as the anxious and tricky Happy Trigger and the dim-witted Nutsy, respectively. Vulture Guardsman, John Fielder, John Fiedler, and Barbara Luddy as Sexton and his wife, respectively. Church Mice. Luddy also voiced Mother Rapin, the mother of Skippy, Sits, and Tagalog. Billy Whittaker, Dan Loretta, Dory Whittaker, and Richie Sanders as Skippy, Sis, Tagalog, and Toby, respectively. Local children of Nottingham who idolize Robin Hood. Skippy, Sis, and Tagalog are rabbits, while Toby is a turtle. Candido as the captain of the guard, a crocodile who hosts the archery tournament. And J. Pat O'Malley as Otto, a dog blacksmith with a lame leg. Oh my gosh. That's a voice cast for Robin Hood. Let's move on to the production. It's a big one. Get ready, guys. Around the time of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1937, Walt Disney became interested in adapting the 12th century legend of Reynard the Fox. However, the project languished due to Walt's concern that Reynard was an unsuitable choice for a hero. In a meeting held on February 12, 1938, Disney committed, I see small possibilities in Reynard, but it is smart to make it. We have such a terrific kid audience. Parents and kids together. That's the trouble. Too sophisticated. We'll take a nosedive doing it with animals. For Treasure Island in 1950, Walt Disney seriously considered 3 animated sections, each one of the Reynard tales to be told by Lon John Silver to Jim Hawkins as moral fables. Unfortunately, ultimately, the idea was nixed as Treasure Island became the studio's first fully live-action film. Over the years, the studio decided to make Reynard the villain of a musical feature film named Chanticleer and Reynard, based on Edmund Rostan's Chanticleer. But the production was scrapped in the early 1960s in favor of The Sword and the Stone for 1963, which I already talked about on episode 18, so if you haven't seen yet, please go watch it right now. While the Aristocrats for 1970 was in production, While the Aristocrats for 1970 was in production, Ken Anderson began exploring possibilities for the next film. Studio executives favored a classic tale as the subject for the next film, in which Anderson suggested the tale of Robin Hood, which was received enthusiastically. He blended his ideas of Robin Hood by incorporating that the Fox character could be slick but still use his skills to protect the community. Additionally, Anderson wanted to set the film in the Deep South, desiring to recapture the spirit of Song of the South for 1946. However, the executives were wary of the reputation of Song of the South, which was followed by Wolfgang Reitherman's decision to set the film in its traditional English location, inspired by the story of Robin Hood and his merry men for 1952. Veteran writer Larry Clemens came on board the project by writing a script with dialogue that was later storyboarded by other writers. I know. As production went further along, Robert Atlas stated in his book Walt Disney and Europe that Ken Anderson wept when he saw how his character concepts have been processed into stereotypes for the animation on Robin Hood. According to Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnson, one such casualty was the concept of making the Sheriff of Nottingham a goat as an artistic experiment to try different animals for a villain, only to be overruled by Reynard the Man, who wanted to keep the villainous stereotype of a wolf instead. A little bit of a problem here. We have a little bit of a left bracket that's on the left at the end of the quote, and with Robin Hood. So a little bit of error here. Forgot to take it off. But yeah, sorry people. Moving on. Additionally, Anderson wanted to include the Merry Men into the film, which was again overridden by Reynard the Man because he wanted a buddy picture reminiscent of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid for 1969. So Little John was the only Merry Man who remained in the film, while Friar Tuck was put as a friend of Robin's who lived in Nottingham, and Alan Dan was turned into the narrator. Because of the time spent on developing several settings and auditioning actors to voice Robin Hood, production fell behind schedule. In order to meet deadlines, the animators had no other choice but to recycle several dance sequences from previous Disney animated films, including Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from 1937, which I already talked about on episode 1, The Jungle Book from 1967, which I already talked about on episode 19, and The Aristocats for 1970, which I already talked about in the previous episode. The series you have seen yet, please go watch right now. Moving on to the casting. By October 1970, most of the voice actors were confirmed, with the exception of Tommy Steele in the cast in the title role. Steele himself was chosen because of his performance in The Happiest Millionaire for 1967, while Peter Ustinov was cast because Walt Disney had enjoyed his presence on the set of Blackbeard's Ghost from 1968 during one of his last visits to the studio before his death. I know. However, Steele was unable to make his character sound more heroic, and his replacement came down to final two candidates, which were Reynard the Fox and Brian Bedford. Disney executives had first seen Bedford performing on stage in Los Angeles, which they brought him to test for the role in May 1971, and ultimately cast him. Meanwhile, Louis Prima was so angered at not being considered for a role that he personally paid the recording expenses for the subsequent album. Let's hear it for Robin Hood, which he sold to Disneyland Records. No, my friends. Moving on to the release, the film premiered at the Radio City Music Hall on November 8, 1973. The film was released on March 26, 1982. We move on to the home media. The film was first released on VHS, CD, Baymax, and Laserdisc on December 1984, becoming the debut installment of the Walt Disney Classics home video label. Disney had thought the idea of releasing any of its anime classics, known as the Untouchables, might threaten future theatrical reissue. However, Robin Hood was viewed as the first choice since it was not held in such high esteem as some of the other titles. The release went into moratorium in January 1987. It was later re-released on VHS as an installment of the Walt Disney Classics on July 12, 1991. The film was re-released on October 28, 1994 and July 3, 1999 on VHS as an installment of the Walt Disney Masterpiece Collection lineup. Masterpiece Collection, man, I love it. In January 2000, Walt Disney Home Video launched the Gold Classic Collection, with Robin Hood reissued on VHS and DVD on July 4th, 2000. The DVD contained the film in its 1.33 by 1 aspect ratio and was accompanied with special features including a trivia game and the cartoon short Ye Olden Days. The remastered Most Wanted Edition DVD special edition in the UK was released on November 28, 2006 and a 16 by 9 matted transfer to represent its original theatrical screen ratio. It also featured a deleted scene / alternate ending of Prince John attempting to kill a wounded Robin Hood. On August 6, 2013, the film was released as the 40th anniversary edition of on a Blu-ray combo pack. Man, that's good. Let's go to reception, start with critical reaction. And it's another big one, so get ready, guys. I know. Julia Crease, reviewing the film in New York Magazine, said it was nice, laid tongue-in-cheek without the insult to the intelligence of either child or adult. She also stated that it has class. In the fine cast that gives both voice and personality to the characters. In the bright and brisk dialogue, it is overall concept. Vince Canby of the New York Times wrote that it should be a good deal of fun for toddlers whose minds have not shriveled into orthodoxy, and he called The visual style, charmingly conventional. Dave Billington of the Montreal Gazette wrote, as a film, Robin Hood marks a comeback of sorts for the Disney people. Even since the old maestro died, the cartoon features have shown distressing signs of a drop in quality, both in artwork and in voice characterization. But the blending of appealing cartoon animals with perfect voices for the part makes Robin Hood an excellent evening out for the whole family. Also writing in your magazine, Ruth Gilbert called it a sweet, funny, slam-bang, good-hearted Walt Disney feature cartoon with a fine cast, and wrote it was a feast for the eyes, for kiddies and Disney's nostalgics. Charles Champlin of the Los Angeles Times wrote that Disney hallmarks are, as they ever were, the incomparably rich, full animation, the humanized animal characters, perky, individual, and enchanting, and the wild, inventive slapstick action. Awarding the film 4 stars out of 5. Ian Nathan, in a retrospective review for Empire, praised the vocal performances of Peter Ustinov and Terry Thomas, acknowledging while this is hardly the most dazzling of anime features, it has the cut corner feel that seemed to hold away in the 70s, maybe because Disney were cutting corners. The characters brought to life, and the stories remained as rock steady as ever. Among less favorable reviews, Jay Cox of Time gave the film a mixed verdict, writing, even at its best, Robin Hood is only mildly diverting. There's not a single moment of the hilarity or deep eerie fear that the Disney people used to be able to conjure up, or of the sort of visual invention that made the early features so memorable. Robin Hood's basic problem is that it is rather too pretty and good-natured. Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune gave the film 1.5 stars out of 4. Described the film as 80 minutes of pratfalls and nincompoop dialogue, and criticizing the animation quality as Saturday morning TV cartoon stuff. John Baxter of the Monthly Film Bulletin wrote that, for the most part, the film is as bland and one-dimensional as the product of less sophisticated studios. And except for Peter Ustinov's plumbing Prince John, the voice characterizations are as insipid as the animation. It's unoriginal. And number 34, forgot to take that off, people. Forgot to take out the number 34. Another little error, but yeah, that's okay. I know. Decades since the film's release, the film has been heavily noted for the recycled scenes of animation and the sex appeal of the two main characters. The review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes reported that the film received a 54% approval rating with an average rating of 5.4 out of 10 based on 28 reviews. The website's consensus states that one of the weaker Disney adoptions, Robin Hood is cute and colorful, but lacks the majesty and excitement of the studio's earlier efforts. Metacritic gave the film a score of 57 based on 9 reviews. You're telling me. Same with reception, we go to box office. During its initial release, Robin Hood earned $9.6 billion in rentals in the United States and Canada. It also grossed $18 billion in foreign territories, which was, at the time, a Disney record for a worldwide rental of $27.5 billion. The film has earned a lifetime gross in the United States and Canada between $32 to $35 million across its 2 releases. Let's go to the legacy. The film has since become a fan favorite. Disney animator and director Byron Howard admitted that Robin Hood was his favorite film while growing up, and cited it as a major influence on Zootopia, which I'll talk about in a future episode of this series. Okay, stay tuned for that. Keep our eyes peeled for when it comes out. It was also one of the many inspirations for the then emerging furry fandom. Some of the characters from the film also cameoed in 1983 Oscar-nominated featurette short Mickey's Christmas Carol. The film was nominated for a spot on AFI's 10 Top 10 by American Film Institute in 2008 for the Animated Film list. The song Love was nominated for Best Original Song at the 46th Academy Awards, but lost to The Way We Were from the film of the same name. Oh yeah, I know. For the film of the same name. It was also featured in the 2009 feature film Fantastic Mr. Fox. The song Whistle Stop was sped up and used in the hamster dance, one of the earliest internet memes, and later used at normal speed in the Super Bowl 48 commercial for T-Mobile. Hence XLVII. It's Roman for 48, so that's right. Super Bowl 48. Oh yeah, and by the way, Fantastic Mr. Fox was produced by 20th Century Fox right before Disney acquired them to become 20th Century Studios. Yeah, I know. Yes, I'll talk about T-Mobile in future episode Logo History or Logo History 2. Keep your eyes before it comes up. The song Ooh Dee Lally is featured in a 2015 commercial for Android, which shows animals of different species played together. And yes, Android will be in a future episode of that show as well, so stay tuned for that. Let's go to the live action adaptation. In April 2020, it was reported that Disney is developing a live-action / CGI hybrid remake of Robin Hood, featuring the same kind of anthropomorphic characters as in the 1973 film, with Cary Granlund writing and Carlos Lopez Estrada directing, while Justin Springer will produce the film. The remake will be released exclusively on Disney+. Oh my gosh. And yes, I already talked about it on episode 157 of Logo History on Lost on HBO Max and CBS All Access, which unfortunately is not us, Paramount Plus. So if you haven't seen it yet, please watch right now. Let's get to the soundtrack. Start with number, title, writers, and performers. Number 1, Whistle Stop, written by Roger Miller, performed by Roger Miller. Number 1, Whistle Stop, written and performed by Roger Miller. Number 2, Ooh Dee Lally. I love it. Also written and performed by Roger Miller. Number 3, Love, written by Floyd Huddleston and George Bruns, performed by Nancy Adams. Number 4, The Funny King of England, written by John Mercer, performed by Phil Harris. The final 3 songs were all written by Roger Miller. Song number 5, The Funny King of England, reprised, performed by Pat Buttram and Terry Thomas. Number 6, Not Nottingham, performed by Roger Miller. And number 7, Love / Ooh Dee Lally, reprised, performed by the Disney Studio Chorus. And finally, to close out this episode, the music played in the background while Lady Cluck fights off Prince John's soldiers in an American football manner following the archery tournament is an arrangement of Fight On and Wisconsin, the respective fight songs of the University of Southern California and the University of Wisconsin in Madison. You know, a record of the film was made at the time of its 1973, at the time of its release in 1973, which included its songs, score, narration, and dialogue. Both Ooh Dee Lally and Love appear on the CD collection. Classic Disney, 60 Years of Musical Magic. Love is featured in the soundtrack for the 2009 film Fantastic Mr. Fox, directed by Wes Anderson. The full soundtrack of the film was released on August 4th, 2017, as part of the Walt Disney Records The Legacy Collection series on compact disc and digital. The song, The Funny King of England, bears a strong resemblance to a much older, balmy English folk song, The Bastard King of England. Curse you bastards! We really love you. But yes, that's the end of Robin Hood. Yay! Final rating for the movie. If you're having one shocking day or another, you gotta admit, Robin Hood definitely killed it. And so thus, it's definitely okay. I love this movie. Yeah, I love it. Nothing to say over here, but that's okay. Oscar 1 cent, I'm rating Robin Hood with a score of 9 out of 10. Amazing! Yay! Now that's more like a great hit for everyone. Nothing to worry about here, but yes, Robin Hood definitely killed it. And boy, did it go the extra way. Way to go, Robin. You are the best. But yeah, that's my personal concern for today. Feel free to agree or disagree with any thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. That's the end of Robin Hood, ladies and gentlemen. It's all over. Thank you for watching an episode of Movie History, Walt Disney Animation Studios. Please be sure to come back again real soon for another exciting episode. And we hope to see you for Moshi Monsters by later on today as we take a look at Tingle, the final character from the Food Factory. So be on the lookout for that. It'll be episode 430. Let me check. Where is episode? It'll be episode 400. Let me see. It'll be episode 435. So yeah, episode 435 today. It'll be about Tingle the final character in the Food Factory, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Great today. I'm Nicholas Sanchez. You be yourself, and I'll see you next time on Movie History, Walt Disney Animation Studios. Looks like we're heading to the 100 Wood next time, because the next episode, it will be a big one. Episode 22 will be about the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh. So, hip hip hooray! Me too, because we're about to find out as Walt Disney presents one of the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh in Technicolor. So be on the lookout for that video coming your way very, very soon. We hope to see you there. And make sure you join us for more great content coming soon. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you can join me as well very soon. I will see you all on episode 22 very soon as we take a look at the main adventures of Winnie the Pooh. And keep your eyes peeled for the Motion Match League Season 1, Day 21 coming your way very, very soon. And tune in tomorrow to Look at History episode 346. I'm taking a look at Hooters. Plus, Location Moshi tomorrow, episode 15 will be out, and then on Rapture 0407L's Location Retold, episode 11 will be about NBC, requested by Iconic J. So, lots of content coming away very soon, so lots of content coming away tomorrow, and on Local History 2, number 31, we'll be taking a look at Colgate, Crest, General Motors, and a TV-based UK Ireland. So be on the lookout for that, and as says Saria introduced a new character this year. We'll have to bring back Saria character origins for episode 247, so be on the lookout for that as well. And a Word of Blocks video as we take a look at, as we read your comments for the Infinite Sanity Pit situation. So stay tuned. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'm out of time, but have a great rest of your day. I'm the God Sessions. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. For now, please remember to leave a like, share this video with your friends, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, turn on notifications to not miss a new video. Please subscribe to notifications on to not miss another new video from me as we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a very fantastic day, and we'll speak to you guys again next time. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm the God Sessions for Movie History, Walt Disney Animation Studios. Until next time, folks, thanks for watching. Like, fair, subscribe. I'll see you in another video. Laters!